Hello,
大家好，我是赵
everyone.
广。
I'm ZHAO Chuang. Let's draw a Microraptor. Microraptor is a quite famous dinosaur, which marks a critical discovery in dinosaur research history as flight feathers have been well preserved in its fossils. More remarkable, the Microraptor demonstrates an intriguing stage in the evolution from dinosaurs to birds. Not only did its forelimbs evolve into wings just like modern birds, which have their wings developed from forelimbs, but its hind limbs were also a pair of wings. This feature makes Microraptor a distinctive dinosaur. In addition to its feather structure, pigments have been found, revealing its body color was an unusual metallic black. Now, let's get started. Begin with its eyes. Like most birds, its eyes were relatively round. When drawing the pupil, we can shape it into a letter C, giving it a highlight. Then, draw its mouth as a triangle, and add some teeth on the front end. Then, we come to its lower jaw. Next, use these hair-like brushstrokes to outline the top of its head. Now, draw its upper brow and mouth. In the front of the mouth, show the nostril. Draw a boundary line on the lower jaw to indicate the position of the feathers. Proceed to draw its neck, followed by the wing. Its wings have complex structures, so we use dotted lines to draft its outline first. Here is its hand with 3 long claws. On the medial side of its arm, there were 2 relatively long but small feathers. The feathers on its wing would distribute in this direction. The feathers here should be the longest. The rest would run down in a serrated pattern. Then, let's draw its down feathers. On the interior of its wing, we can draw many down feathers. Use an arc like this to show it. Then, we can draw the rhymages on the wing one by one. Resembling many birds, its wing feathers would distribute like this in a bottom-up view. Now, let's move to draw the feathers on the other wing. 2 claws, and the long rhymages. From the dorsal side, its feathers have several layers. We can show them like this. The longest rhymages could be slightly visible from the outside. Then, we use dotted lines to show the arm structure inside the wing. Outline its belly, followed by its hind limb, the position of the knee, and the calf. The posterior of its legs also had many feathers that formed the leg wings. Those feathers near its feet were relatively long. Here is located its foot. Its feet possessed 3 toes, in fact, 4, but 1 was blocked. The toes on the other side can be seen clearly. We draw its second toe, followed by the third toe and fourth toe. The smallest is here. Then, let's draw the feathers on this leg. Once finishing the outline, we can cover the short coverts on top. Then, draw the lower exposed long remiges one after another, as what I am doing. Use many long lines to present the layers of feathers. The same goes for the other side. Draw those small feathers before drawing the relatively long ones. On this leg, we can draw more layers. Besides those very long feathers, its body was covered by short feathers. Now, we move to draw the Microraptor's long tail. There were many feathers at its tail end. The two feathers on the tip were long, like the rabbit's ears. Then, let's use thin lines to show the boundary between feathers. Apply some shading on the underside of the tail. Next, we can add more details. For example, add more strokes to give this leg a little sense of volume. Place more strokes at these parts on the ventral side of the body to make the whole body appear more three-dimensional. Now, let's color this Microraptor. We first use dark gray to scope the range that is in shadow. After outlining the area, we can use a flat coat to fill the area with gray. Trace the boundary with thick brushstrokes. We do the same for the wing, tracing the outline and placing flat coating strokes along the inside of the outline. Then, color the belly. The Microraptor was an animal with a relatively dark plumage. So, we can use dark gray to color most of its body. We can apply the color one block after another. The front part of this leg is in shadow, so we can show the shaded part. The other leg is entirely shaded. We can shade this leg, except for the claws that the penetrated light may illuminate. Then, apply the dark gray to this section on the ventral side of its tail. Add shading on the long feathers at its tail end. Let's also shade this part on the other wing to create a more layered effect. Now, refine the details and ensure nothing is missing. Then, switch to light gray to draw the secondary layer. We have finished the darkest area. What we should do next is to mark the lighter and brighter areas. Then, fill the light gray, making this animal look more three-dimensional. Draw a circle on the feathers, which will have an even brighter color, and we will use other colors to fill this part. The same process applies to the tail. Draw the middle light gray transition. Then, move to draw another layer at the wing. The remaining uncolored parts are its reflection light areas. We will present a gradient from green to purple in the highlighted areas. Let's draw the green parts first. The green parts on the tail will be concentrated on the upper and left sides. Taking this white area as an example, we can color the left upper part green, then use purple to color the remaining part. On the back of the head, we can create a gradient effect from green to purple in the sun, similar to the feathers on the necks of extant pigeons, or ducks that appear to change color in the sunlight. Color the wings on the legs in the same way. Then, we use earthy yellow to color the other exposed skin parts, such as the eyes above the mouth, which can be embellished with this yellow. Its 2 feet and the exposed fingers can be slightly embellished. Finally, let's use blue to transition slightly between green and purple. Add a little more blue here and on the shoulders. In this way, we have finished drawing the Microraptor.